a call where okay, luar biasa. Okay, 1 second. Here we go. Amazing. One second. Sorry, Simmer, my computer being a little bit frustrating.
We can cut this part out, buddy.
Yes, I'm clear. Luar biasa. There we go. Okay, let's get rocking. Cool. Thank you guys so much. Awesome. So today we're going to be talking about your elevator pitch. So some of you will know what that is because that's a common North American Western phrase, but for some of you, maybe not. So we're going to be looking about how to create your elevator pitch. So my name is Daniel Clarke, and I'm the founder of Healthy Daniel. A little bit about me is my background is in sports science. I'm a former sales manager, and I've been traveling for the last 19 years outside of my home country, which is in England from London. I love personal development, and I love playing field hockey is my sport. So I love helping people shifting their beliefs about what's possible for their life and their family. And today we are going to be talking about the elevator pitch. So what we're going to learn today is about what is an elevator pitch, how to make one, how to craft one. Also, the importance of understanding your audience. So who is the person that you are talking to? We're going to focus on what is a one-sentence pitch, and also how to share a story with three main parts: your challenge, your solution, and why they should follow your advice. And also then we're going to end with the importance of why to be in a rush when you're speaking to people and making a meeting. Awesome. Okay, great. So what is an elevator pitch? So an elevator pitch or an elevator speech or an elevator statement is a short introduction or a description of an idea, a product, or a company that explains the concept in a way that for any listener, they can understand in a very short period of time. So now that Ramadan is here, Eid al-Fitr is coming. Imagine you are at a party, maybe a event, or you are in an elevator or a lift with someone that you would love to do Usana. What would you say to them if you only had 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds to chat with them, get their contact, and have them be interested to speak with you on another day? So the first thing that we want to understand is to understand your audience. So before you go speak to the person or before you arrive at the event, you want to be thinking of who is it? Who are the sort of people that you're going to meet? And what do they care about? And what value can you bring into their lives? So I want us just to quickly have a little discussion about this. So especially to do with the last part, which is what value can you bring into their lives? So I'd like a few of you to share about what value you can see you bring, or Usana brings, or the MIC calls, or the power hours. What value does that bring into people's lives? So who would like to go first? I see Mr. Nathan is not on mute. Mr. Nathan, so what value can you add to someone's life because of your Usana business?
Well, there's lots of things, but I'll just share. One thing is health education, right? We teach people about how they can live healthier lifestyles.
Exactly.
And then
And
we
then
also
yeah, carry on.
personal development and leadership training.
Yes, very good. Alejandro, what is one value or two values that you can bring to someone in their lives?
Yeah, to see the connection that simply supplements or vitamins, the impact it can have in things that we really care, like being more relaxed, having a good connection with your wife, with your children. So the impact it can really have in the things that matter to you can start by taking care of your health. So with supplement, for example.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Thank you, Alessandro. Okay. Who else would like to share? Let's have two more people share. Okay. Apple.
Possible another income stream so that they can make more money if that's, what they choose to do, and be their own boss and build from there to eventually create a legacy for themselves.
That's awesome. Yeah. And just because some people are new on the call, what does a legacy mean? What does that mean when you're saying that?
A legacy means you can pass it down to your future generations, like your kids, your grandkids. Like it's something that can be passed down versus not.
Yeah,
If that makes
exactly.
sense.
Yeah. So for example, we have like Uni on the call is you are a yoga instructor, but in the future is just because you are a yoga instructor doesn't mean that your kids will automatically be good at yoga or want to be yoga instructor. So with Usana, if you build a strong business in the future, you can give that business to your children. Awesome. Let's have
Also,
one
more thing along with that is leveraged income, meaning you're not trading time for money like a traditional job where you would do that. So, for example, a lot of people say you can make money while you sleep. So pretty much the business is working for you if you set it up properly.
Exactly. That's amazing. Super clear. Thank you, Apple. Let's have one more person share.
I think it's for leadership and benefit for your life and a healthy life could be that the important thing.
That's right. Yeah. So leadership is important, and also like encouraging people to live a healthy life.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, great. Let's move to the next slide. So what the main point of what I'm trying to get at here at the beginning is, like, say you walk into a gathering or a wedding, or you've got your barbecue at home. It's important to think of, like, if it's your family, you know who they are, you know what they like. So maybe you know what you can share about and you know what they care about. But if you're at a new event, like say you're at a wine tasting, maybe the people are business people, or they're going there to connect with people, or maybe they are alcoholic. Who knows the reason that they are there? If you are at a religious gathering, then you probably know that they are passionate about their religion. If they are there with a yaya-san, you know that they are passionate about helping people. Knowing those things in advance can help you decide what sort of things you want to say and discuss with them. Okay, great. Okay, so next is we need to get clear about your pitch is like your introduction to what you're trying to say. So what is the purpose and what is the goal of what you're trying to do? What is the outcome, or what is the intention of what you want? So sometimes, if you are a car salesman, you want the person to buy the car off you straight away, first time you chat to them, if they come to your car location. But if you are in the football pitch or the soccer pitch chatting to one of the other team players, you don't sell them the car on the soccer pitch. You get their contact and you organize to invite them to come to your showroom. The same with Usana is, if it's a religious event or if it's at a quick meetup group, the point is not to do long explanation on Usana, because if you're doing long explanation on Usana, that is not the reason for the gathering. So what is important is to get clear that sometimes the first pitch is just to get them interested very fast, make them curious, and to make a time to meet in person or in Zoom, normally with your mentor on the call, or with some sort of tool or document that you want to be using. So your job when you're chatting to someone for the first time is not to sell them Usana. The point is to get them curious, interested, and wanting to know more, and definitely to get their contact number. If you do not get their contact number, then the chances of you finding them again is very hard. Okay, so if it is a party or religious event or a wedding, sometimes it's not appropriate to do a long Usana explanation. So something that is good to say if you are at one of those events is, now is not the right time to have a long chat, but let's exchange WhatsApp or Instagram and we can meet up another day. So the outcome or the intention of you approaching them is to get their contact info and agreement to meet up again and learn more and finish the conversation. So this is a method for explaining exactly how you help people and how you do it. So this is called the XYZ method. So an example could be, I help gym owners achieve a second income by having them recommend nutritional supplements to their clients. Or a second one could be, I help diabetics achieve a lower weight and low glycemic meal plan by introducing them to my mentor, Mr. Nathan. So what I'd like is for a few of us to give a few examples of things that I help someone achieve by doing what. So who would like to be brave and go first? I'll give examples afterwards, but I want to see who is ingenious with practicing this.
I help personal trainers achieve additional income by offering nutrition products to their clients.
Okay, excellent. Who else would like to go next? Otherwise, I'll think of something. Mine might be, I help Instagram resellers achieve a larger network and income by teaching them to direct message people on Instagram. So who would like to go next?
I can try.
Great.
So I help women achieve weight loss by giving them simple lifestyle strategies.
That is all. That's exactly what you do. That's awesome. Who else would like to go next?
I can go.
Thank you.
I help people to understand how it's easy not to eat, achieve more healthy and capable of more performance by fasting.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Fiscal, are you there? What would you like to share?
Sure. Okay. I help my housewife prospect to understanding the belief between MLM and network marketing.
Okay, great. Perfect. So can I give you some feedback about that one?
Yes, please.
Thank you for being open. So when you're speaking to the person, so that is what you do, and that's what you might say to us. But if you imagine this is you talking to the actual person, right? So if you know that they like MLM and things like that, it's okay to mention, but generally is I wouldn't call someone to their face a prospect. because it might make you seem like salesy or something like that. Could you have another go with the same sort of thing?
I don't have any idea. Can you make it for me?
Sure. So,
let's
yeah.
walk through it step by step. So you help stay-at-home moms.
Yep.
Okay, now what do you want to help them get more of?
So the belief, because I have a prospect and she afraid to share with her family, with close her friend about network marketing, because her belief is network marketing getting people to join the business and make them feel disappointed or whatever about MLM.
Okay, so you help them achieve more confidence or more self-belief.
Yes,
Okay, and by and how do you do that?
I invite Regina to tell her Regina testimony. Yes, so she can understand.
Right. Makes sense. So can you put the three of those together? So for example, it was I help single mums achieve more confidence by introducing them to an expert who shares their story. Something like that. Cool. Yeah, so that's really good. So one thing, yeah, so one, Fiska, that's awesome. And thank you for the mentorship there, Nathan. So you have this design is that you walk up to someone in Starbucks, or you're at a religious event, or you're at a wedding, and you want them to be curious about what you are doing and want to know more. So sometimes you know exactly who they are. If you don't know who they are, like if the person you're talking to is a single mom, that would be a good thing to say. If they already know that you are network marketing leader, then that would be a good thing to say. Right? But if they don't know that you are network marketing, maybe you don't mention that unless you think the person is very focused for business. So it's good in that first part, you have to think about who they are. If you're a yayasan for children's health, probably you would say something like, I help mums achieve better health for their children by teaching them about healthy lifestyle. But if you are at business networking event for entrepreneurship, maybe you would say exactly like you said, I help network marketers and business entrepreneurs achieve extra money by teaching them how to introduce and edify their coach and mentor, something like that. Okay, awesome. I'll get one more person to share. If not, I will move on. Someone is commenting. Let's see. Okay, great. I think this is deep. Sima, I help single mothers achieve confidence and self-belief by introducing them to a simple personal development system. Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. These are all really great ideas. So here is a few examples of things that I thought of the other day. So Fisco, that was awesome. And thanks for being coachable, yeah? Great. So these are different things that I could see that we help. So I help people, I help yoga instructors, I help salespeople, I help MLM leaders, I help clients, online resellers, people worried about immunity, diabetics, elderly, fitness professionals, gym owners, to achieve better health, immunity, faster results, higher confidence, more money, second income, passive income, a legacy business, like Apple was saying. And how we do that is by teaching them to build a second business, resell supplements, give online coaching, give nutritional advice, check people's health with a German health check machine, trainer in network marketing and MLM. So we train them, lose weight, or we support them with different things. So these are a few different ideas of things that we can put together. And in general, it doesn't matter what order we put them in, as long as it's either health or business related, all the words fit. So for example, I help yoga instructors achieve higher income by checking people's health with a German health check machine in their location, or I help salespeople create a second income by teaching them to build a second business, or I help fitness professionals make more money selling supplements. So the important bit to remember is not the words of how you help them, but just to remember the I help people achieve by doing what. Cool. So these are the different examples that you can say. Also, you'll see that on Instagram and on LinkedIn, people use this method quite often for what they do. So for example, I think on my Instagram at the moment, it says something like, I help gym owners, doctors, and PTs to create a second income by saving time and creating a second income. So people know kind of what I do. But on my Instagram, I don't show them how. That's how I get them to book a call. But when you're in person, you want to be telling them how you do it, but not specifically. You want it to be general. Because if they know exactly how you're doing it, then they won't be curious. Okay, I just got another one here from Apple. I help busy working professionals build another income stream to eventually replace and become their main source of income. Yeah, that sounds so good. That sounds like a really professional thing that someone would say, right? If you're at a networking event, that would be like, okay, cool, that sounds good. Tell me about it. And then if you only have 1 minute with them, you say, now's not the right time. Let's exchange contact details, and maybe I'll try and find a time next week. We can have a quick Zoom call, right? And then you can go to your next one. Like sometimes they have networking events like speed dating, but speed meeting. You have 30 seconds to pitch. Don't pitch, just show people how you help people. Deep had one here. I think it was Deep or Sima. I help fitness professionals to add an additional income stream by incorporating high quality health products to their business. Amazing, very clear. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the next section. So that is your XYZ method. Generally, if it's at a busy event, you don't want to be explaining more. If you're at a barbecue and you have 5-10 minutes and there's only 4 guests at the barbecue, of course you can share a little bit more. But if you are in a networking event, at church, in a mosque, it's inappropriate to pitch people. So share what you do, get their WhatsApp, and get on with the event that you're at. So if someone asks for further explanation, if they want more, and the important bit is you also want to say more, then we need to tell a story. You share a problem, and you want it to have drama, Korean drama, yeah? Big in Indonesia. So lots of you know Regina, and you know Regina's story. Unintentionally, her story has drama, right? She was poorly, she was pregnant, she had big improvement with her health. So that automatically, it's like watching TV. It's like watching a Korean drama. You're like, oh, then what happened? Then what happened? Unfortunately, the baby wasn't growing. Okay, what happened now? Oh, someone introduced her to nutritional supplements and she started taking them for 8 months. And then long story short is XYZ. So for example, when you're sharing your story, which we'll go through in a minute, you say it a lot faster than what I said there, right? But the point is that it flows, but you're sharing how you help people with the story. So the bit I want you to get from this page is people, because of what you said at the beginning, people will be curious, but you decide, not they decide, whether you are going to share now or later. Because what's important, if you remember from GoPro, Eric Worre, the invitation and the presentation is 2 separate things, right? So don't overshare unless you have time to share. Great. Next part. So here is a great little exercise on how to share your story or how to share somebody else's story. So when I first went through this work, what I found lots and lots of times is that you share your challenge, what the problem was before, you share the solution, and then you share why this solution, why now, and why they should follow you or your mentor. But the one extra bonus to make this even more powerful is to share the story, but you want to share the story in present tense. So instead of saying Regina had cancer or she had health problem and had big improvement, you would say, so there I am, it's 2014, I'm chatting with Regina and she tells me that, so that sets the stage for being present moment. I'm walking into the doctor. The doctor says to me, Regina, I'm sorry to tell you have precancerous cells. I was shocked. Also, they tell me I was pregnant at the same time. Double shock, right? Then you skip forward and then you say, her Chinese friend introduced her to the products, blah, 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 right? So these are the 3 points that I want us to discuss together. But the focus is, if you forget to make it into a story, that is okay. If you forget to use present tense, not talking about the past, but talking about in the moment, that is okay. But if you can remember it, it makes it more powerful. So what I'd like is for some of you to come off mute, and we're going to go through these 3 steps now of working out the challenge. So what are some of the challenges? We went through a little bit before, but what are some of the challenges that people have? So who would like to share a few examples of challenges that people have in life?
Money.
Money, yeah. Especially for some in Indonesia at the moment, is already the income is quite low. I know people who have lost like 80, 90% of their income because of COVID. Many people lose their jobs. Like in the past, one of the most secure jobs you could get would be like the man that makes the popcorn in the cinema. Now that job has disappeared, right? One of the most boring and sensible and easy jobs is now 99% of those jobs disappeared. So, let me see in the group, someone that shared. Apple, money, time, and health, for sure. They are the 3 biggest ones. Who else has some examples? I would like to hear from Fiscal, from Uni, from Dr. Rugen, Priyanka, if you are available. What is some challenges that people have?
Single source income.
Yeah, exactly. Single source income. So the next part, if we can go through together, me and you, how do you, Dr. Rugen, or how does Usana, or how does Mentor Nathan, or how does the Power Hour, how does different parts of Usana help fix that problem? So if some of your friends only have 1 income, how do you and Nathan together help them?
By sharing that we might have an opportunity for them to get another source of income.
Perfect. And the word that I love that you said there was might. Might is a great way to have someone be curious, because you're not saying that you can. It's not like an arrogant, oh, I can help you make money. I'm more successful than you. I have something you don't have. It's maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. It could be, it could not, right? It's like, let's see, let's discover together, right? It's your in network marketing is like, the principle is that like you are like going along on the journey. Let's see if it's a fit for you, right? Not this is good for you, right? You can only say this is good for you for people that have maybe in the community, they have less posture than you. So one thing that's great for yourself, Dr. Rugen, is because you are so high qualified in your career, lots of people will listen to you because of who you are. But a Gojek driver if they were to say to someone, oh, I can help you with a second income, maybe they won't be open to learning. But if they say, my friend, Dr. Rugen, she is heart surgeon, but also she is doing a side business, maybe you and her can work together and maybe she can help you to make a second income. That sounds a lot more interesting. So that's a great example. And the next part, Dr. Rugen, if that's okay to stay with me, is, so why would they choose this opportunity with Usana and Mr. Nathan? And why now? So why Usana? Why in April, May 6th, 2021? And why Dr. Rugen and Nathan? Why that combination? So don't overthink it. Why is Usana a good opportunity for them? What are a few options?
I would say, because from my personal experience, it is a flexible business for everyone.
Exactly. And why is that important for people now?
Oh, because everyone have different condition, different preference, different situations.
Exactly. So things that I can see is now lots of people is looking for extra income because
Yes.
of COVID. Also in Indonesia and other countries, people have a job and they want to use their time effectively. So like Usana is online business. They can do it from their phone in their lunch break. They don't have to get a second job. They can be flexible. So exactly just like you said. And why should they link with Dr. Rugen and Mr. Nathan McCullough instead of going with somebody in another business or another team?
Because I don't know. My answer would be because we already have a background in health, which is linked to the product.
Exactly. So that's perfect. And I like my best skill in Usana is edifying people. So most of you know about edification. One of the skills in network marketing is how to introduce your friend or your coach or your mentor in a positive way, right? So if Dr. Rugen or Nathan was my coach, it would be super easy to introduce you to you. Like, so you could, for an example, and I'll get us to practice this in a minute, but say I am new to USANA and I just joined Dr. Rugen's team. I could say something like, oh, you should chat to Dr. Rugen. She's really cool. And Mr. Nathan is American Bully. Or I could say something like, oh my gosh, you really need to chat to Dr. Rugen. She is a heart specialist. She's very highly recognized in her field. Her business is actually exploding at the moment because she teaches people exactly how to improve their cardiovascular health. And what's even more awesome is one of her best friends is Mr. Nathan McCullough. He's expanded a business here for the last 5 years, and he has links with a doctor in America who gives exact protocols for every serious health condition. Amazing. They're both very busy, but if I had time to set up a quick 15-minute call with Dr. Rugen and Mr. Nathan McCullough, would you make a gap in your diary? Right? So for an example, the two are very different. It's very easy, especially by WhatsApp message, to, oh yeah, chat to my friend, instead of being out and open and cool. So that was awesome. Thank you, Dr. Rugen. So for this part here, there is 3 parts. So the first bit is your one line. If they want to know more and you want to say more, this is the section that you go through. So you can actually just go, you can do a story, or you can do just answering these 3 points. So I'll give an example I'll come up with something now in my head for these 3 points, and then I'll make it into a story. Okay. So challenge, solution, why this, why now, why you. Okay. So I'll breathe and I'll think, which is the first part, and then I will go. Okay. So you've just shared your first part, blah, blah. I do this, and this is how we do this. Okay, great. So for example, this week I've been helping my friend who has type 2 diabetes. His insulin level goes up and down. What I've been able to do is introduce him to Mr. Nathan. He is a coach from America, and he's actually taught people to go from step 2 diabetes to eventually come off all of their medication through using nutrition and healthy foods. So awesome. So what would be great is, so why this would be, so having a call with Mr. Nathan, what that can do is he can educate you, show you some tips for how you can help improve your diabetes. And he actually has a time tomorrow at 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And Dr. Rugen also, who is a heart specialist, can also be on the call. They can chat to you and give you some tips. And what's great is they're super busy, but tomorrow they have time at 12. If I booked a call with them, would you make one of those 2 times work? Yes. If yes, okay, great. I got to go. What's your WhatsApp number? I will send you the Zoom call, and I'll give you a short video about who Dr. Rugen and Mr. Nathan is. Conversation, finish. Right? I get my energy is a little bit high. Also, because this is webinar, I'm like, my heart is pumping, but that's the general flow. The other example that you can do in this is we give a story. Okay, so one is that no story, you do a little bit of story at the beginning, but then you just say, I can do this, and this is why you should do it. The second part is it's all a story. So say you say you help people with diabetes, or you help people who are cancer patients. You could say, you can start. Oh, yeah, that's so how I help people is, for example, my friend Regina. So there we were 7 years ago, 2015. I chat to her and I say, Regina, how is it going? She shares with me, oh my gosh, Daniel, I just found out that I have pre-cervical cancer, step 3, and pregnant. OMG, that is crazy. Okay, well, what happened? What did you do? She said, I spoke with Mr. Nathan, and I spoke with Mr. James from New Zealand. He introduced me to some nutritional supplements, and for the last 8 months, I've been taking them. Okay, yeah. Then what? So afterwards, the baby luckily was born, Alexandra. She was super healthy. I was so excited because for a long time, she wasn't growing. And then I went to get my checkup, and after the checkup, they said that the pre-cervical cancer cells had gone, and I was in shock. So I can't say that it was because of the products that I've been taking, but for me, I'm very clear that it was, and it changed my life. So what I've now been doing is I now teach people about how to educate themselves with health, what nutritional supplements is good for them. And I'm actually working with my mentor from America, who is a nutritionist, and he's been teaching people how now they can get an improvement with their cancer, with their stroke, with their diabetes. And what we can do is organize a call with them for tomorrow, and they can give you maybe some tips and advice for your health. So I get that that was more than 30 seconds or 60 seconds, but I was trying to make it like full of drama. So the more you practice this sort of thing, the more you can make it. You don't need to make it drama. If you are talking to doctor or friend to friend, you don't need to add drama. But adding a little bit of drama makes people lean in and be more curious. So the main part of all this exercise is the first bit, this is 90% of it. I help diabetics achieve better immunity and health by teaching them about what supplements to take and what is good balanced food to eat. Okay, well, how do you do that? Well, let me see the message in the group. Thank you. So what I found is so many people have problems with their diabetes, but they don't understand about the glycemic index. What we do is we teach people about how the glycemic index and the sugar roller coaster, use your hands, the sugar roller coaster can help them, and how you can add nutritional supplements to help support your health. So Nathan is crazy busy, but what I recommend is have a quick call with him, find out how you can improve your health, and maybe it's a fit for you, I don't know, but if I introduced him to you, would you have a quick call with him tomorrow? Yes, I do. Okay, great. Cool. So what's your WhatsApp? I've got to head out. I've got to go to my yoga session. Okay, see you. Let's chat tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Habis, finish. Okay, good. So that one was a little bit more smooth because I'd practiced it. So one thing from here is don't worry about getting it right. I'm trying to be amusing as I'm doing this. You don't have to be as like, ah, when I'm doing it. There you go. My wonderful girlfriend is just hiding below me, trying to be polite. There you go. Amazing. Watch out, baby. Whoa, timber. Okay, no problem. So that was the main parts of what I want to go through. If anyone has questions about that, we can do that in a minute because we only have 10 minutes left. The last bit I want to get super, super clear on is the most important bit. So does anyone here remember what the first step in GoPro is for an invite, apart from Mr. Nathan? A bit of a hint is it says it on the screen.
Be in a hurry.
Okay, good one, Mr. Nathan. So the first step in introducing yourself and making an introduction is to always be in a hurry. If you have lots of time, then people will ask you lots and lots of questions. If you're at a funeral or a wedding or a bar or a restaurant and you're chatting to someone, or you're halfway through heart surgery and you have someone's heart in your hand, Dr. Rugen, then it's not time for a long story. Yeah, no problem. Have a call with Nathan tomorrow. Gotta go. Let me put this heart back in place. Or if it's the end of a yoga session, then if it's at the end of the yoga session, uni, okay, great. I have my next class online in 10 minutes. Let's connect and I'll introduce you to Mr. Daniel. So this last page is most important. Now is not the right time. So this is a polite way of having them not ask you lots of questions. So the point of this whole thing is to make them curious. Do not over-explain. Do not mention the word usana. And do not be specific. Be general. So many people, I've had a huge improvement with my contacting and inviting in the last month. One of the big things is what I say is very clear, and I deliberately don't say exactly what I do. They have to get on a call with me to find out exactly what they do. So little examples of what you can say is, oh, I don't have a lot of time right now, but if I block my diary for the weekend, would you be free to have a call at 12 or 4 o'clock? Yes. Okay. Okay. How do we act like we're in a hurry when we're communicating through text? That is perfect. Good. So this presentation specifically was for when you meet someone in person, but it's very similar when you're doing it by message. So Dr. Rugen, I think you have the easiest out of everybody, because what you can say is, as long as it's in the daytime and the person is not in front of you, you could say, hey, I'm going into surgery in 15 minutes, but if I block my diary for Sunday on my day off at 12 or 2 o'clock, would you have a call with me? Or things like, oh, if you have children, oh, I'm just putting my kids to bed. Or, oh, my kid is just crying. Or, oh, my husband is coming home from work soon. Or, oh, my wife is telling me to hurry up and get off the phone. I have to cook dinner. So find a reason to get off the phone. So the main thing is, when it's the first thing you say, then they know not to ask questions. So when it's like by message, you can say, hey, I'm just jumping into a yoga class, but I had to chat to you quickly. Then you do your introduction. If they then ask lots of questions, you can say, oh, now's not the time to get into it, but we can go through this all on Zoom. Or what would be best? My new phrase that I like is, what would be best is if we have a quick call, we chat face to face and we discuss this in person. I don't want to take all of your evening and my evening by messaging on WhatsApp. So the point is, do it at the beginning if it's on message, or when you're having a telephone call, you can say, hey, I just need a 2-minute call. I had to chat to you before you're doing whatever you're doing. Okay, so that's what I would do for that. Let me just check the time. I can't see the time, so someone can let me know. So the action and the homework is to get clear on your XYZ. I help achieve by. So you only need to remember those 3 bits. I help, I achieve, and then by or how you do that. The next bit is to practice. So what is the challenge? What is the problem? What solution did you find? And why do they need to do it with you? Why do they need to do it with USANA, but don't say the word USANA until the webinar? And why they need to do it now. Otherwise, people won't do it now. And then keep urgency. Otherwise, they're just going to ask you about 50 questions. Okay, great. Awesome. So I think that is my last slide. So we can open up to, yes. So if you guys want to connect with me on Instagram, I am Healthy Daniel. We can then chat there. But if not, I'm going to unshare and we can do a quick Q&A. And I don't think I've had a breath for the last 40 minutes. So I will breathe and someone else can ask some questions. I got it in time. I kept my word. Awesome. So if you guys are able to go on video, especially Mr. Fiscal, we need your smiling face. We have 3 minutes. So does anyone have any questions or what if or buts or new ideas that sounds better than what I said?
Do you have scripts for like why now, why, like, like how to elaborate, like how to create that part for ourselves?
Okay, great. So what I do have, so one thing is I have an amazing YouTube video that I found online, which goes through quite a few of these steps. So for the first part is these are the main parts for your online. I help. So I'm going to add the PDF to the group. And then you guys can do this in your free time. I help achieve by. So that's the first part. And these are some examples that you can use. And you can play around with this, but the less you overthink it, the better. Like Apple added a beautiful one for the business earlier. We can find a really nice one for the health. And then these are the sections here. So a story makes it better, but if you don't do the story, you want to have a challenge. What is the problem that they have? Solution, how do you fix the problem? And the why, what value and why you do that. So why USANA, or why the Power Hour, why the Body Love program, why nutritional supplements, why go vegan, why do intermittent fasting? Why now? Because COVID is here, we need to improve our immunity. Because COVID is here, we need to get an extra income to support our family. Why now? As soon as COVID is over, everyone will get more busy again. And why you? It could be that you're awesome, but normally it would be that why your mentor is awesome, or why USANA has a strong background and is publicly traded, no debt, superstar, double PhD scientist, all that stuff. So what should they spend the time learning about? And the notes here, I kind of skipped through, is what is the thing and how does it bring them value? Why should they invest in your solution and not in every other solution? Why is USANA or your team or you unique? And why not go with other people? And why should they do it now, not in 3 months or a year? Right? One thing that I've seen that I need to add is why now, not in 3 months, right? So that's the main thing. Hopefully that answers that, Miss. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I was going through. So it's 8 o'clock. What I would love to do is, if anyone needs to head out, welcome to leave. But let's do a team photo. And then if anyone wants to do Q&A with me, I can stay on the call. Oh no, actually, me and Nathan, I think we have a call now. So let's jump off.
I think so.
Awesome. I will take a photo.